Hi, welcome back to Live and Breathe Horses. Today we're going to have a little chat about free forward movement. So as I'm sure you all know, the first principle of any kind of horsemanship, anything we're doing with our horse is, do we have free forward movement? And I like to express that as willing forward movement. I mean, free willing, there's not much in it, but the idea that the horse would willingly want to move forward. So, you know, that should be light and soft and instant, and that we never have to keep reminding our horse, you know, always remembering they can feel a fly crawling on top of their hair. So it's not they can't feel, they just get shut down. So it's our job to find a clear way to communicate what we want. And I think, I mean, obviously there's so many things in this, and it depends on the situation, on the person, on the horse, on your relationship. There's so many different outcomes and tools and things you can do with this. But I think one thing that's universal to everyone that really helps is to be clear, you know. So first of all, that we're clear. We ask. If there's no response, then we take the feedback. If there's no response, we ask again in the same way, but with more energy, you know, a bigger ask. And then we keep stepping that up. You know, it's easy to fall into asking again and again in the same way. And then, of course, the horse shuts down if we don't respond on the first time and doesn't pay any attention. So, excuse me. The timing then of the moment of release is so important. So as we ask our horse and they are about to respond, that's the moment that we have to release and then go with the horse. So it's not that we're ever driving them away or sending them forward. It's always with a feeling of, let's go together, let's do this together. You know, that really, really helps, because if the horse feels, especially with groundwork, you know, that you're sending them away, it's like, well, here I am, the safe place, I'll be your herd. And then suddenly we're saying, get out of the herd, which is, of course, a real punishment to a horse. So that when we say go, that it's a feeling of going together, and that we can actually move off in the direction of the horse and go together as we go. And then with the riding, you know, about the leg, that the horse listens and they go, and the same thing, that we go together. And then we have a big yes as soon as our horse responds. So if the horse was slow to respond and it took a while, you know, maybe we've been not so attentive at having them responding well. So if we have to step it up and do more, that is very important. As soon as the horse is about to go, we respond with our yes, and that is a full open-hearted yes. That we're not in any way thinking, oh, well, now you're going, but I've been asking you for ages and blah, 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 because then it's not a yes. So the more we have to get in and firm, the more we have to be, yes, thank you, that was great, that was lovely. And you know, whether you say it out loud to get yourself in the feeling, or if you just are genuinely pleased and happy for your horse with a big smile, I really believe that really makes a difference to them. So I hope that's helpful. You know, pay attention to that you get a response. If you don't get a response, you act a bit more, but the same way, but just putting more. Otherwise, we'd confuse the horse if we suddenly do something different. Which is why for the legs, for example, I always say, you know, then to take the whip doesn't make sense. We want the horse to listen to the leg, however firm we have to do that. And then catch the moment. You know, it's the moment the horse decides in his mind he's about to go. That's a bit more difficult to catch. That's still working on that one. I mean, sometimes you kind of see it. And then they move their body, you know, they change their posture, they're about to go. And then the feet. So it's to release as early as we can in that process, and then to be careful that we let off in time. You know, I often see people, they're asking the horse to go and he doesn't go, and then he goes and the horse has already started to move, and they give another tap with the leg just from not realizing they're doing it, or not really thinking he's not going enough. So we have to release for the slightest tiny response. Even if the horse stops, we can always ask again. So it's rewarding that slightest try. And I think in paying attention to those things, of the timing, of the feedback, of the basically listening to the horse, we can really create willingness, because they feel seen and heard, and that it matters to us how they're feeling and what they're doing. And that, I think, is a great way to creating willingness. So thank you very much. You're very sleepy there, Morisco.